Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of TNA, The New Era. And I am your host, LeggettGaming. Thank you for joining me, guys. What a wonderful response on episode 1. You guys absolutely smashed it. You even smashed the like rating. So we might even set a little like goal for this one. A couple of things I didn't tell you about on the last video. Did tell you about the rating that we got. We got a rating of 0.76 for that episode. Which gave us a warning from Pop because it wasn't high enough, so we'll have to look at that for this episode. But we did get a D plus 49 for Explosion. Just a couple of little matches on there. What I do is I put wrestlers that aren't really wrestling on the main show on Explosion, or just sort of try out little matches on there. That got a D plus 49. Bad news, Maria has signed a written deal with Dragon Gate. So I had 6 days to write her out storylines, and as you're going to see in this episode, that's exactly what I've done. So guys, should we crack on and get on with the episode, and we'll have a bit more of a talk afterwards? Here we go for episode 2 of TNA's The New Era. In a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Abyss defeated Mahabali Shera in 7:43 with a black hole slam to a rating of a C minus 56. Just a little pre-show. Wanted to make sure I can get Abyss on the card getting a win somewhere. Shera with a 27, Abyss with a 69. Whoa-hey-hey. No improvements, and the negatives were for Shera's negative crowd reaction, psychology, inconsistency, and of course the announcing quality. And Impact Wrestling opens with a video highlighting the previous episode. Drew Galloway attacking Eddie Edwards and stealing the title. The video warning for the Hardys. Gail Kim becoming the Knockouts #1 contender, and finishes with a shot of Lashley spearing EC3. C minus 57, just sort of like an Impact opening video like you get when you start watching an Impact episode. Matt Hardy is not suited to his gimmick, and EC3 is not suited to his gimmicks. No improvements, and the positive there for Matt Hardy having a good gimmick, although he's not suited to it. We then see Josh Matthews and D'Angelo Gennaro standing at ringside. Josh Matthews says, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Impact, and thank you for joining us this week." De Niro, and what a week it should be, Josh. Josh replies, "Agreed, Pope. Last week was the first Impact with Anthem, and we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did." De Niro, "Josh, after last week, I don't see how this week could be any better." Josh, "Well, I'm sure we're about to find out. And as I've been told, Eddie Edwards is heading to the ring." So, again, C60. Again, not a bad little segment there to open the show with De Niro and Matthews. The performance of De Niro was good, but Josh Matthews was poor. Josh Matthews improved in acting, and the negative there was Josh Matthews' poor gimmick. Eddie Edwards is in the ring, pacing back and forth. "Last week, I told you I'm going to call out Drew Galloway, and that is exactly what I'm here to do. Drew, get down here now with my title. Anything is possible, but only once you've earned it." Little promo there from Eddie, just calling out Drew Galloway. No improvements and no extra factors in the dirt sheet. Drew Galloway's music hits, but he doesn't appear on the stage. Instead, the screen goes to a shot of a dark staircase. A hooded figure appears and walks in front of the camera. They move their head up, and it's revealed to be Drew Galloway. Drew says, "Eddie, Eddie, Eddie, good to see you. How's things there in the Impact Zone? Now then, to the business at hand. I've seen what you said last week about my actions and the fact I left with what I deserve. The TNA World Heavyweight Championship." Drew continues on, "So I heard you've called me out tonight. You've called me out because I have what you want. You see, Eddie, there's a small problem to your plan. In case you haven't noticed, I'm not exactly in the Impact Zone. I'm not even in America. I'm back home in the beautiful Scotland. Sorry, Eddie, but Scotland is where the championship and myself plan to stay. Now, why don't you jog on there, mate?" Good solid promo by Drew. Not exactly the great rating, but C minus 56. The colour commentary gave the segment a boost and got the crowd hotter. The I Deserve the Title storyline has advanced. No work improvements. And the only negative was the announcing. In a poor match, Grado defeats Mike Bennett in 6:20 by pinfall with a wee boot, following botched interference by Maria Canales at D47. This is all leading on with the whole fact that Maria is leaving. Maria did some good work at ringside. The announcing quality and colour commentary gave the match a boost and got the crowd hotter. Grado scored a 24. Mike Bennett with a 52. The Joker versus Miracle storyline has advanced. No improvements. Negatives there. Holding back psychology and inconsistency for Grado. Bennett for holding back inconsistency, booking decisions, and the announcing quality. After the match, Mike Bennett is in the ring with a look of complete shock on his face. He can't believe that Grado just beat him. Maria enters the ring and tries to apologise for her actions in costing Miracle the match. Mike Bennett says, Maria, what the hell was that about? Maria says, sorry Mike, it was an accident. Blame him, not me. Mike Bennett says, no Maria, you've cost me too many matches. I want a divorce. Don't let me see you near me ever again. Mike Bennett leaves the ring and leaves Maria behind in an absolute breakdown in the ring. She is seen crying and hitting the ring with her fists. The crowd sings, na 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 na, na 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 na, hey, goodbye, as Maria leaves the ring and walks up the rank. D-40, D-40, again just working that story as to why Maria is no longer going to be on there, just as she's getting better as a gimmick as well. The only negative was Mike Bennett's poor low morale. In a bout that didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling, Moose defeats Crazy Steve in 8 minutes and 6 seconds by pinfall with the game breaker. Moose makes defense number 1 of his Impact Grand Championship, E+30. Rosemary did some good work at ringside. The bout dragged in the middle. Moose with a 36, Crazy Steve with a 27. Again, like I said, Moose, I just need to build him up. Although he is getting penalised for holding back crowd reaction, psychology and selling. Same sort of things for Crazy Steve and the limited time as well. We head backstage and see Eddie Edwards getting into a car. Jeremy Borash catches up to him and gets a few quick words in with him. Eddie, where are you going? Says Jeremy. Eddie Edwards replies, where do you think I'm going, Jeremy? Drew wants me to go to Scotland to get my title back. Well, that's just what I'm going to do. C-57 there for Eddie Edwards. Their storyline again has advanced. The only negative being the announcing. The music of X Division champion DJZ hits and he heads to the announce table to join Josh Matthews and D'Angelo Dinero for the next match. Number 1 contenders match for the X Division title. E25. DJZ, I've seen someone with not very much pop. In a terrible match, Mandrews defeats Robbie E and Marche Rocket in 8:20, when Mandrews defeats Marche Rocket with pinfall with the Shooting Star Press, a D-37. Like I said, a lot of these X Division wrestlers I think are going to need a lot of building, so they won't be getting exactly high ratings. Raquel did some good work at ringside. Marche Rocket was off his game. Robbie E with a 31, Mandrews with a 34, Rocket with a 33, and the Skater versus DJ storyline has advanced. Negatives there only really for Mandrew's inconsistency, Marche's inconsistency, and the announce team. By the way, I did actually set it to DJZ as an announcer for this match. After Mandrews has won his match, he walks over to the announce table and stares down DJZ, the current X Division champion, and the man who will soon fight for the title. Just to advance their storyline just a bit. And it's got high heat apparently. E-23 though. Not a great rating. Jeremy Borash is seen backstage with Lashley. Wow, Borash is busy today. Borash says, Lashley, do you have any comments to make about your actions last week? Lashley replies, EC3 thinks that 2017 is going to be the year of Carter. Well, my actions last week were to show him that 2017 is going to be the year of Lashley. The year when I become a 4-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And if I have to earn that by destroying EC3, well, so be it. C-57 there for Lashley. Just a decent little promo there. stating his intentions and why he did what he did last week. Maria Canales Bennett is seen backstage still in hysterics about what happened with Mike Bennett when her lady squad appear looking to comfort her. Ali, Maria, don't worry, it'll be okay. Maria says, shut up, Ali. You have no idea what you're talking about. Last week you screwed up everything, and this week, everything that happened, I'm blaming you for it. It's all your fault. Ali says, no, Maria, it was an accident. I didn't mean it, sorry. Being that women's match that Gail Kim won. Maria, Ali, after all what's happened, I've spoken to Anthem Entertainment, and tonight you've got a match. Ali, it'll be yourself versus Sienna, Laura Van Ness, and myself. Ali, please, Maria, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Maria replies, I did, however, have to put something on the line to get the match. Ali, if you win, that's it. I'm gone from TNA. My contract will be terminated. So, ladies, don't you dare disappoint me. E23 there for Maria. Just a bit more of a storyline. I thought I'd try and get some of Maria's pop over to Ali before Maria left. Just a little bit. The announcing team and the colour commentary gave the segment a boost, but it did cool the crowd a little. The negatives for Sienna's poor gimmick, the chemistry motivation for Laura Van Ness, and the announcing. Broken Matt and Brother Nero head to the ring. So this is me then opening the second hour of the show. Head to the ring to find out just who sent them the cryptic message last week. Broken Matt, Zone of the Impact. How wonderful it is to see you. Last week we witnessed some magic after we had defeated the Dynasty of Helms. Brother Nero, whoever sent that message last week, the creatures and ourselves want to know who you are. Broken Matt, all wizards, are you still scared like them lad-mouth scallions, the bucks of youth? Suddenly the lights go out and the arena goes into complete darkness. When the lights come back on, the Hardys are standing in the ring surrounded by three men in masks. They begin to beat down the Hardys and hitting devastating moves on them. Broken Matt receives a giant super kick from one man. Brother Nero receives a giant DDT from a second. The third man picks up Broken Matt and hits him with a spinning back fist. A C63 there. Good little segment. Just who are these three masked men? Broken Matt is not suited to his gimmick and the angle got the crowd hotter. The positives again. Good gimmick for Matt Hardy. Done to a hot crowd. Matt Hardy, though, was penalised for low morale and the announce team. In a terrible match, the Holmes Dynasty defeated Jackie Gardas and Tyrus when Trevor Lee defeated Tyrus by submission. Tyrus carried the match in terms of ring performance. The match went to a D45. Just something there, just trying to put a tag team match on the card, something to try and give the Helm Dynasty some pop. Helm did some good work. Everett was off his game and he's looking very stale. Raquel did some good work at ringside. Tyrus' suit was gimmick. Everett with a 28, Lee with a 33, Tyrus with a 52, and Jesse Goddard with a 28. No improvements. The negatives, Lee for psychology, Andrew Everett for psychology, inconsistency and chemistry, Goddard for crowd reaction, poor psychology and poor portrayal of a babyface, and Tyrus for inconsistency. Then, in a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Ali defeated Laura Van Ness, Maria Canales and Sienna in a handicap match in 5:34 when Ali defeated Laura Van Ness by pinfall with a fast roll-up. The match also had a lot of interference when Madison Rain also came in and targeted Laurel, Maria and Sienna. E plus 33, like I said, just wanted to try and shift over some overness to Ali before Maria left. Ali got a 28, Sienna with a 34, Maria with a 30, Van Ness with a 22, and it has advanced their storyline. Couldn't get the word out then. It's like it was trapped. It's like I had a frog in my throat. It was just going.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Negatives, Ali for inconsistency, Van Ness for inconsistency and chemistry, Maria for inconsistency, Sienna for gimmick, the weird odd face heel combination, and the announce team. Just like that, Maria is fired. After losing the match to Ali, she no longer works for TNA and she's in the ring in absolute hysterics. She can't believe it. Her night has gone from bad to worse. She goes out to the announce table and starts screaming at the commentators saying, "That doesn't count." She can't be fired. Mike Bennett comes out to the top of the ring. Na 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 na. Hey, goodbye. Real good chance there just to rub it into Maria. E plus 30. Again, just showing Maria out the door, really. Mike Bennett's low morale has affected it, though. In a decent match, Cody defeated Caleb Connolly in 8:49 by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage. I'm not sure why a face was doing that, but hey, maybe I did set decisive win. C-58, not a bad match between the two. Cody Rhodes had an in-ring performance of 60. Caleb Connolly had an in-ring performance of 39. It's also advanced the segment, the storyline, and gained some heat. Cody was penalised for holding back in inconsistency. Same for Caleb. Negative for the low experience. After Cody's match, Aaron Rex has stood outside the ring smiling at Cody after trying to interfere in Cody's match for the second week in a row. Cody picks up a microphone. Cody says, "Aaron, it appears we have some sort of problem here. This is now the second week in a row you've got involved in my matches. I thought we were friends." Aaron, No, Cody. No problem here, sir. I was simply trying to help you pick up the W. You could say I was just trying to help a friend out. It's great to have you here. You could say you're welcome. C plus 66. Good promo there between these two guys. I'm sure they're going to have a cracking storyline. The What's Happened to You storyline has advanced with the segment and gained heat. The negatives, the announce team, and the low heat of the storyline, but hopefully this is actually giving it some heat now. A short video showing Lashley's actions last week and his attack on EC3. It ends as we fade to the ring for the main event. C-58. Just advancing the storyline, showing a little quick hype video. In a decent match, Lashley defeated Braxton Sutter in 5:33 with a choke slam. I'm not sure why Lashley's using a choke slam and not a spear, but hey. A C-59. Lashley had an in-ring performance of 62. Braxton Sutter with a 40. Lashley's improving performance skills. The negatives there for inconsistency, fatigued, and low experience of the announce team. And then out to a C-59, so not bad, right? And then after the match, Lashley's standing in the ring, showing off the devastation he just caused to Braxton Sutter. Suddenly, EC3 comes running down the ramp, looking to get some revenge for the attack last week by Lashley. Lashley quickly leaves the ring and makes his way back up the ramp away from Ethan. EC3 climbs in the ring and grabs a mic. He says, "Lashley, last week you attacked me from behind like the mouse you are. You want a piece of me, Lashley? I'm right here. What's stopping you now, Mr. Destroyer?" Lashley, who is now standing at the top of the stage, smiles and slowly walks towards the ring. Lashley is looking like he's going to accept Ethan's challenge. Before getting to the bottom of the ramp, however, Lashley turns around and heads back up to the ramp, rejecting EC3's challenge. So a little bit of a heelness there for Lashley, coming down, acting like he's going to get in the ring, but deciding he's not going to. A C plus 69, not a bad way to finish the show. I would have liked a B, but it is what it is. We've got to advance segment stories and gain some heat. Okay, the show was a C minus 56, not great. The general feelings that storyline TNA doesn't have enough interesting storylines going on again, but it has increased our pop in 27, but lost us in 2. Things will change once we continue through a bit, I guess, and actually gain some heat. I'm just going to advance quickly so we can give you a TV rating and any news from that, and then we will end it. My lovely WWE wallpapers. If you haven't, make sure you head over to Grey Dog Software now, guys, and get those. Alright, quickly go to the messages. So we got a rating of 0.92, so that's up a lot on last week. Last week was a 0.76. We have done a much better show, but still Pop, Sport and Nippon aren't very happy about it. Aaron Rex says that Mandrew doesn't connect with the fans in my opinion. The kid has a little upside, and Braxton Sutton needs time to heal. Not a bad show. Hopefully next week will be better. Guys, do make sure that if you enjoy my content, head over to my channel page, and I have now set up feature channels. Check some of those guys out, like 21 Maxwell and 370 Gaming, Let's Play TEW. Check their content out. They are really good guys. Don't forget to head to Grey Dog Software or either of the TEW forums on Reddit, guys. If you have enjoyed this episode though, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let's go for a like target of 7 likes on this video. I reckon we could do that, guys. So, if you've had a good one, enjoy yourselves, look after yourselves, look after someone else, and I'll see you back here for episode 3 of TNA, The New Era.